Many leftists love to say that reform always fails. The irony is that these people normally argue against reform and in favour of revolution, which is of course the main alternative to reform. The irony of a revolutionary leftist making this argument is of course the fact that revolution has also been a massive failure at achieving socialism. It is all well and nice to call reform a failure, but reform often has more to show than revolution. Reform has achieved social democracy. The primary achievement of revolution is a collection of murderous dictatorships and important lessons on what not to do when trying to achieve socialism. As concepts, I don't think either of these ideas are inherently bad, and I think they both have a place. Interestingly enough, I actually think revolution is more defensible and compelling as a concept, but its historical record is anything but. My only point here is this. Don't go on and on about how reform always fails when leftist revolutions have the record that they do. Making this argument is dumb and makes you look like a complete moron who never engages in introspection relating to the validity of your own ideological views. I think revolution and reform both have a place, and the people who desperately try to disprove the other are often complete morons. Revolution's many historical failures at achieving socialism do not completely invalidate it as an idea worth taking seriously. Dismissing reform is also pretty stupid, considering many of the greatest successes of left-wing concepts, although admittedly not socialist ones, have been through reform. Just stop desperately and idiotically attempting to invalidate one or the other. I think both are interesting concepts worth taking seriously and considering. Both systems have been fairly unsuccessful at achieving socialism so far, but I don't think that means they are completely worthless. I think we need to learn from the mistakes that led to these failures, and I don't see any reason why one day we cannot succeed, and why both of these strategies cannot work for us in certain circumstances. One important step is dealing with the ambitious autocrats who seem to be so good at seizing power and completely destroying any chance of achieving anything other than a social autocracy at best and a massive famine at worst.